Oh gosh,
All right, y'all. We back from our commercial break. Oh my god. Oh, Israel got us over here crying, laughing. Oh
okay.
my gosh. Hey, I don't know if we got any powers on Juneteenth, but I know what I did get.
Mhm.
What they say them that Yoni.
Yeah, you
I,
only.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah.
You only juice.
That's because y'all been down there dealing with them Atlanta women.
That ain't it.
Man, up here the only Yoni, you gonna get some Harold's juice. I don't know about no Yoni juice. I'm just
Man.
I'm talking about Juneteenth during that time when I had Juneteenth sex. That's what I was talking about.
oh, okay. So I say y'all know y'all down there with the Atlanta women. Y'all in the mystical world right now. Trying to come down there and float with y'all.
They
Shit.
look
No,
crazy
no
down there
parts to
too.
them. They
They from
crazy.
all over. They from all over. I was just talking
I
to a
want
young
none
lady
from
from
Florida.
Mississippi.
You said Florida and Mississippi. Wow.
Don't mess with none from Florida.
He said, "Don't mess."
Uh, uh.
They all look alike too. Dark with them big ass eyes.
Yeah.
Um,
The ones from Florida,
yeah,
man.
that's because they part alligator.
Oh, it's not this man.
David. Nah,
But
but yeah,
all my Florida fans out here that's listening to us, don't take it no offense.
yeah. Nah, but yeah, I ain't never heard of that one before. That's a new that made me want to celebrate.
Yeah, you gotta celebrate Juneteenth and get some of that Hawk Tuah.
Uh,
I feel like that.
yeah,
I
hot
feel like
tour.
it falls in my 7 weeks, and don't that fall in my 7 weeks? Well, that's right
June,
outside it.
Juneteenth.
Yeah,
It's like right outside it.
I think it is like right there.
Where? What are you looking at?
Nah, it's right before. Yeah, it's yeah. No, it's in there. It's in there.
Yeah, I'd be cool during this time of period.
All right, guys. So, because I know Israel said he might have to dip out, so we got a new segment.
Bro.
New
Really? Did
segment,
we have that
guys.
caller come back? Did that caller come
We
back?
so the caller did not come back.
Oh man.
Caller did not come back. They probably having technical difficulties. But we have a new segment, guys, and it's called uh, Ask the Pharaohs.
Okay.
All right.
Ask the
So,
Pharaohs.
and how to get your question on Ask the Pharaohs,
That sounds like a good segment.
you can always email us at the Pharaohs Podcast at gmail.com or comment or anything like that. Oh, I got a visitor. Somebody just rung my doorbell. What is going on?
This guy got a visitor. They must
Hold
have
on.
came. They didn't want to be on the call. They wanted to be in person.
Hold on, y'all.
Be careful. Make sure
Oh
they ain't the
snap.
ones.
Hold on, y'all. Y'all give me 1 second.
Look
All
crazy.
right.
Yeah, but that
So
do
this
sound.
sound like a good segment. Ask the Pharaohs.
Yeah, I was gonna say I look forward to that. So yeah, definitely y'all go to our email, go to our different social media platforms, and send your questions in. I think that'd be a great little segment to have.
Right. Send your questions in. Send it through our DMs. You know, like they say, what they say? Write your request and let it be known. So write your question be known so we could get it,
Yeah,
get it down into your enlightenment from the Pharaohs.
yeah. I'm trying to see what
Yeah,
questions
that'd be
will be
pretty
coming.
interesting.
It will be. Will be. I'm interested to know what people be thinking. And we trying to build the channel up. So tell your friends, tell people who you think will enjoy listening to us talk. Maybe it's on the car ride home or you're just doing some cleaning through the house or whatever, and you enjoy listening to to conversation. So definitely put people on. We trying to build the channel up, So look forward to that. I look forward to that. I ain't heard no screams, but he did mute the phone. He muted his side, so I don't think it's
Yeah.
maybe it ain't one of his exes or nothing like that. I'm hoping he ain't in one of them episodes of Obsessed or something.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
saw
who
you.
knows? He's got somebody on the line with the Hawk Tuah or something like that, They must have came and heard him and pulled up.
They're pulled up on it.
They can't come to be of service to the chain.
Yeah, man. But yeah, but you all riding, man?
Currently I was doing some practice on bike. It's been acting up, but we gonna get this bad boy right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm outside. Outside getting I'm getting some shade now because it's been hot. I've been out here getting sun kissed. I'm like two-tone and whatnot, looking halfway dark skin and
I'm back,
halfway
y'all.
light skin. Oh, we got the king. Did your visitor come? Who was that? The Hawk Tuah? The Hawk Tuah specialist. That was his specialist.
No, you funny. No. It would have took longer than that. But no, she came. She came to do a survey or something. They trying to raise the minimum wage.
Oh,
okay. You should have told her to come on the podcast. We could start raising it right here.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. So, we have the new segment. I'm sorry for the listeners. I just got interrupted super quick. But it's called Ask the Pharaohs, and if you need a question or answered, you can always email us at thepharaohspodcast@gmail.com. You can also comment or inbox me at Cornelius Solomon Walker on Facebook, whatever. Call me, all that. And so the question comes from the Golden Empress Lydia.
What? We got a question already? Where we get a question from?
We got a question.
Oh, snap.
So the question is, she has a friend. Right? She has a friend.
Like she talking about herself. Continue.
But she has a friend. And the friend basically is dating this guy, her baby's father. And her baby's father is wants to have a polygamous relationship. But her friend doesn't want to have the polygamous relationship, but she says she wants to do it just to keep him happy. So her question is, what should her friend do? Her friend is actually also a person who listens to the podcast. She suggested her to subscribe to our channel. So she should be listening when this episodes come out next Monday. So her question is, what should she do? Should she be in a polygamous relationship with her baby's father to keep him happy? Or should she tell him like exactly how she feel and see what happens from there?
Man, you should start it off. Okay?
So I suggested that anytime you're trying to be in a relationship that's polygamous, it shouldn't be to make somebody else happy. Any relationship, monogamous or polygamous, you're supposed to be in a relationship that you both want to be in and that you both desire to have. And if it's only a one-way street deep down inside that your friend doesn't want to be in this relationship, then she shouldn't do it. That's my suggestion. But if she's not going to break up with him or find another relationship, I'm not gonna lie, she should just be quiet and go ahead and roll with the punches. But don't ever force yourself to be with somebody that you know that you're not going to be happy with. What y'all say to that?
That's a good take. What you say to that, Luke? Doctor. What the doc say?
I agree with Solomon. I think it's not going to work when you're doing it for somebody else. It has to be something that you all are agreeing on. Now, I'm pulled between that question because I understand the need of wanting to keep a happy family. So if that's what he's requesting, and as a woman, if she feels one of her goals that's important to her is to keep him happy, then I think she should do it. Because in that instance, it still plays a part into whatever her roles, what she wanted to get done. What's going on? So I don't know if it's one of those things to where maybe we will want to change it at a certain point, or maybe even find ways to go into the situation a little different. So, because I mean, like you say, I think if you do it because of somebody else and it's not truly what you want to do, you might begin to regret it at some point. Or when things may not work the way they want them to, you might regret it, you know.
Would you say, Israel?
Man, that's a very interesting predicament there. I say if the girls, if they gonna do it, go all in. I mean, live under one roof and all that good stuff. Have your parameters and have like the house rules and whatnot. Especially if y'all ain't got y'all own, might as well come together, make your own, so you ain't out here homeless and needing help when you can have help. I ain't been in that situation, not trying to be in that situation, but if you're in that situation, I guess it's like you either roll with it or you either be like, nah, you can't do it. So if you roll with it, you gotta go with it. You know, have y'all rules and regulations, and then y'all live as a family and, build on it. You know, if y'all trying to do the whole polygamy thing, then you got to do it how it's supposed to be done, under one roof. And then abide by the rules everybody put in as a collective. But if not, then you just got to go with the struggle. Struggle by yourself. Or just go with the family, go with the family for your help, your family for your help. And you ain't got to be in that situation. Yeah.
So
That's my take on that.
There was another conversation about polygamy. I guess it's been a hot topic this week.
Man, it's in the air, huh? They got all these questions. That's obviously something they want to try.
Well, I had put on Facebook a couple days ago. I said people who think polygamous relationships / marriages are only for unhappy men or women are delusional. And I said that because people feel as though that is a delusion, that people are happy. Like they don't think it's real. And so there was a comment from the elect Empress, Tahisha, and she said, no, men and women who want to be in those relationships are delusional. And it's always the people that can't handle one person for real that's trying to be in those type of relationships.
I wanted to read that status. I was in the middle of doing something. It seemed like a lot of comments. Oh yeah, go on. That's an interesting status there.
And so she, I was kind of talking back and forth about it. And I was saying basically, that's an emotional response. Like that's not factual that people who are in polygamous relationships are unhappy. They're not unhappy individuals. To be honest, most of the people that I do see are very happy.
I was going to say, they're usually more happier than the monogamous people. They're usually more happy.
Oh, you got
what do you say to that?
That's happy? Oh, go ahead, Dr. Luke, go ahead.
And y'all forgive me for not being able to see. I don't want to mess up the view. I'm moving around, but I think that, like you said, Solomon, it is an emotional response. The problem with the response is that it's coming from a standpoint of I know what's right and they don't know what's right. And when you're dealing with relationships, that's not how you walk into it. Usually that causes divorce, that causes problems in a relationship when one person thinks that way. And it don't matter if you're monogamous or polygamous. It's actually a very negative way to think about a lot of situations when you're dealing with people.
Yeah. People
are not objects. They're not chairs. They're not cars. It doesn't work that way. So when it comes to the statement, I understand it. But I think if she would look at it from a real factual standpoint of view, one, most, and especially if we're talking about Black people, we keep it around there because it's really more melanated people that are in polygamous relationships around the world, people with a darker tone of skin. Now, in America, we know it's not like that so much because we grew up on the European side standpoint of, man, woman, and that's it. And that's how they set their laws up. We've always followed it. We went away from our original traditions, which usually was a Black man would have multiple Black women because it was always so many women around. And it was important for the women to be taken care of and to be looked after. But I think now, in a modern standpoint, it is a little different. It is a little bit more of a what do I want? And in that case, I will respect what people want. If that's what they want, fine. But I don't think that judges if they're good at relationships or if they're not. Of course, there are reckless people, but those reckless people usually tend to cheat more than to be open about a relationship. In order to have a polygamous relationship, you have to communicate. Cheaters don't really communicate. They're actually poor communicators on why they cheat. They're selling a fantasy to multiple people that you are the only one, versus a person that says, this is what I want, and are you willing to hop on board? To me, that's a whole nother ball game. That doesn't show any delusion. That doesn't show any misunderstanding. That shows a clear understanding on what they want, and they're giving you the opportunity to accept it or reject it. I don't know how much fair or honest you can get in that. So that's my standpoint.
What'd you say to that, Israel?
It's a very interesting standpoint. Like, I guess if you don't have that open conversation up front, then I guess that's where you got the one that's cheating, and then because they're not really open with what they want. But I don't know, I've been in situations before where it's like I've had two, but one knows about the other one don't. One that everybody know about and the one that some people know about. But things like that. But it never got to the whole, let's work as a conglomerate or as a unit because, everybody want to be the one or not. They want to be a one or a me and not a we, something like that. But when you having polygamous relationships, it really comes down to like kind of what you want in each person. What the other person has that can benefit the situation, right? One may be good in finances, another good in cooking, the other one good in building, and you bring that together, and then you can have an empire. But other than that, you just have a bunch of a bunch of cheaters or a bunch of horn dogs who just want to hump on everything and like, no, I don't want you to have nobody else, but I'm gonna have somebody else, but you can't do them, but I can do everybody. And then that's when things get crazy. But yeah.
Well, I tell people all the time when they talk to me about polygamy, I have rules. There's rules to having a successful polygamous relationship. There's rules. The number one rule is the man has to, if they want to go forward and take two women serious and to the point of marriage, the first number one rule is that man has to be able to afford two families. So whatever that they're making now, they have to make double. So whatever that is, they making $200,000 a year, they need to make $400,000 a year. And the reason why
what type of occupation I need for $400,000 a year. This in general.
Entrepreneur. So I was talking to and shout out to one of the coworkers at my job, Tabitha. She kind of had sparked this conversation with me yesterday, actually. And basically, she was like, well, how can I have a man, or what can that man do to make that type of money, to whatever double that is? And I said, well, your man has to be an entrepreneur. because that type of money, no one's paying in like any corporate position for real. 400,000 a year, I think that's how much the president make.
Yeah, someone either
So
president or principal, supposedly principal,
400, 400,000.
somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's not 400. It's definitely around 400. Most men don't make that.
Right,
Even
in the
the
corporate
Okay.
setting.
even the top real estate agents in California don't make 400,000 a year. 100,000 is usually good for a high performance type of male to
That
be
has
able to.
his own, yeah, that has like his that's in the workforce. But I
Yeah.
told her that, a man who is able to make 200, 300,000, is normally an entrepreneur or a person that owns a lot of stuff. So no, your man isn't your polygamous husband is not going to be able to afford you and somebody else. Cause she was like, yeah, I don't want for anything. Like they all say.
My bad. It's 100,000, around 100,000 for a principal.
For a principal, okay. So um yeah, so that's the number one rule. He has to be able to afford it. Number two is the woman must be on board for the relationship to work. And it actually has to be in a way that she will even go and get the second wife for you. So let me review the first two rules. Number one,
Oh,
he has
it's
to be
getting
able to
hot up in
afford.
here.
Number one, he has to afford two families. Number two, the wife must be on board to have a second wife. Number three, the man must be able to afford or give two gifts at the same time. You're buying in multiples. You're not buying singular anymore. So you must be able to, whatever you give to the first wife, you must make the second wife special as well. Might not be always as the same, but as well means in addition to. You cannot pick and choose when you want to give something to somebody. This is how you kind of keep your side of the piece together. Number four, you must be sexually competent to be able to please both women.
Man,
And
it's
that's
hard to
just
please
two.
one.
And
That's
that's
hard to
just
please one. I'm good with one. Two be sounding nice. Two be sounding nice, but you try to please them both. It be hard to please one sometimes. You can't please them. I'm sorry. Using
um
robotic toys and roses and all of that stuff. Can't keep up to them motors.
yeah,
I
can't
can't even
nobody keep
cap.
up with the machines. Come on now.
But you trying to please two women? Is that really possible at the same time?
It's possible, but if he wants them together, he has to be able to satisfy them. Where am I at?
I
Number
get.
four, number five.
How many rules you got?
I got a few.
This man
Because
working
people
on it,
want to know.
man.
No, because people need to know how it can be successful if that's what they want to do. First of all, you're what you're not going to have though, a cheating dude, the one that keeps cheating all the time, don't deserve one. He don't deserve a polygamous relationship.
I
'Cause he
agree.
can have two women and still cheat on them too.
He does not. That the bishop used to talk to us about dog-like minded men,
Huh?
and that's more like
Oh
a
my
dog-like
gosh.
minded man. That's more like a dog-like minded man. Um, if you are if you can't control your sexual urges, there's no need for you to have two women because you're not utilizing what the woman is for, what a wife is for to a man. You are violating what is really the natural law, and you're being just a plain old asshole. Just to put things simply. So that's my take on that.
That's an interesting take.
You want to add on to that, Luke? His screen say iPhone.
I know that's an interesting take. That's one of those sound good, but probably ain't good situations unless you try it. For those people who got all these questions, the least you could do is try it. But then just know how to get out. That's it. Because sometimes you get in too deep and you can't get out. You dug a hole so deep, you buried yourself. But yeah, otherwise, just stick to the 101, mono y mono. Stick to what you can handle. Because I know myself, it be hard. Loving too, it's hard to do. That's what they tell me. I done tried it before. Loving too is hard to do. I'm going to say that.
Man, I think nowadays it sounds good, but as man really start looking at it, because it's like you have to pick the right ones for a situation like that. You have to pick one. And like, if I was in a situation like that, we finna make some people mad.
Let's do it.
If I was in a situation like that, I would stay away from American women because it's not a part of what their culture has become. It may have been what it used to be, but we can't ask them to accept things that now is foreign to them. So I would go to someone or a woman that has more experience or has seen it. So that's usually going to be women that are overseas, especially like in the more African region or the indigenous regions where big families are not considered delusional to them. Because they be looking like, what are y'all talking about? But that's American women that feel like it's delusion or we're just being toxic. So women around the world, they don't see nothing wrong with it. But the women that are in America have a big problem with it. So I like to respect their wishes. The only way I can respect your wishes is to not even try to involve you into a situation like that. Because then, have you been trained? Some of them ain't been trained to deal with just the one man, let alone a woman and a man, and now they have to share. What you mean share? What you mean I have to work with her? I've never seen my mama have to work with another woman before. What you mean we got to be a team? All right, I don't want to argue with you. I respect where you coming from. Maybe I should look different or look somewhere else in this big old world with all these beautiful women. Because we're talking about a small percentage of women that have a problem with what a large percent of women don't. That's how I would go about that if it was me in that situation.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of them are saying that. I've actually had a woman tell me before, I wasn't raised like that. I'm like, okay.
If he was in America, of course he wasn't raised like that, most likely. Is that something you'd like to explore, King? Would you like to go towards polyganism? Polyganism.
Oh yeah, I tell every woman I talk to straight out the back that I'm into polygamy.
And then,
They're the
and
ones that
move
say
theirs.
I'm not into it. Them the
Oh,
ones.
that's nice.
Yeah, they be like, yeah, I ain't into it, and then they be like, well, that mean I can have me another man, huh? Oh
Yeah.
my God. What
That's where
is
you go.
this?
Here we go again.
What is you, Luke? You got your camera back working?
Yeah, my camera back working, but I'm moving around so much, y'all.
Oh, okay.
It's a hard day for me today. Hard day. Trying to do a few things at the same time.
But yeah. When I hear that stuff, I'll be like, no. Why would you need another man? And then they hit me with, well, why you need another woman? And then I have to go down the list of that specific woman.
Go down the rabbit hole. You go down the rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. Right now I'm in a dating phase. You know, that's my ultimate woman, but that get expensive. So I'm not dating right now. I'm
It gets
cool.
super
I'm
expensive.
cool, baby.
It gets super expensive for no reason. For no apparent reason. But that's why you gotta have, like I say, the income to entertain two women at the same time.
So if you're waiting on that income, it's like you either gotta work extra hard or keep investing, hoping for a big break, or you're gonna end up waiting till like 40 something later in life can get there if it takes that long for that income, whatever number that is. So
But there's
that's
some women out here that be
uh,
helping they man. It be two women that be helping they man get there. They be help building for sure.
That's true. There are some women they get the assignment and they work.
Yeah.
They'll work. I mean, but that's on like they probably see the vision. Like, and I know me in my own personal life, it could possibly work. It's a little harder now when you're dealing with two people because both parents are trying to work or both spouses are working most of the time. And we've all kind of then fell into what they will call the rat race. So now group economics, and we talked about this on a few episodes ago, group economics is becoming so much more popular. But there are different avenues you can go down there. You could be in group economics with your family, as far as your cousins or aunties or uncles or, grandparents or parents, to where you all are helping each other by bringing expenses down, by putting money into the family pot and, things like that. But there are also some men that are like, hey, I want to do that, but I want to do that with multiple women. I want to do that with, two wives or two or three wives, however many, it works for them. We really say that they wrong, especially in times like this, where things are expensive, there's less time for the family, and we have really substituted work now for the family. Because everybody's trying to just keep their lights on and keep their bills flowing and keep a little extra money for an emergency. But if you got a woman at home cooking, cleaning, making sure the children get to school on the bus, you as a man, you out working, you doing your job, you work your career, and then you got another woman that's maybe running errands or maybe have a part-time job who bringing in extra income. If all y'all can get along, I think that's a beautiful thing. And y'all
say
able
get
to
along or
with
get
each other,
alone.
invest with each other, yeah. Like, it's easier said than done, but it's been going on for thousands of years.
Well, I know I got some people I gotta cuss out later. Um
Do your thing, Clan. Do your thing. Do what you gotta do.
shout out to the subscribers that keep coming in. Our numbers are going up, so very appreciative of the new listeners and the subscribers.
Most definitely.
We working. We working. I'm gonna leave because we ain't got enough time for this next topic. I'm gonna leave this next topic for next time. But family, thank you all for listening and paying attention to episode 7 of the Pharaohs Podcast. I am Solomon. You can find me on Facebook at Cornelius Solomon Walker, Instagram CJ Walker 103. And if you need to get in touch with me about publishing a book, you can email me at cwalker1582@gmail.com. Israel, where can people find you?
What's good? Y'all can find me on Facebook. My Facebook page, Jonathan Johnson. You can find me on my website, which is currently under construction, jonathanjohnson621.com. And yeah, that's where
Luke,
you can
where
find me.
people find you?
You can find me same Facebook. You can find me with our email for the podcast. Yeah, definitely. Social media websites, like you were saying. I look forward to the questions. If you all can hit us up with the questions before we end the last segment, he was talking about that. I think that'll be very good. So I look forward to seeing what you all are thinking and how you all feel, or what some questions you may have.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a graphic for that. Ask the Pharaohs. That's the name of the segment.
I
And
like that. I like it.
Y'all gonna be able to hit us up with all types of stuff. We don't mind. We don't mind. That was a good question. From Golden Empress Lydia. Israel said that's her. It ain't her friend.
No comment. Anytime they say I got a friend, it's really them. Listen. And look, I didn't even know who it was at first. They said they got a friend. That sound like them.
Man, you know what? I don't like. All right, so why we on here live? I'm up here thinking about it. So she did say
It's live.
this. Well, we still live. Well, we still record. Now I say it like that. We still record. But I did say that. I said when she first said it, I'm like, man, is it you? And she's like, no. She's like, no, it's my friend CJ. I said,
Yeah.
is it you?
What they say? Deflecting.
Deflection. You are deflecting. What you said you want to be with who? Chris Brown. What's your dress size? How many kids you got? All right, y'all. Family,
y'all be smooth out here. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Please share it, like, subscribe, comment. You know, I'm going off of the questions that you all are asking me. I got people that's actually asking me stuff either in person or they're calling me. But I also want you guys to continue or start at least to comment underneath our videos. For sure. All right, family. Peace.
Peace.